What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this is an update that I was asked to do, and this is the update some of you guys might not like, but I have my Subaru concealed beverage to sit down and talk about this. But let's go ahead and go back from the start of the 92 Camaro. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So exciting news today. Obviously we have our 3rd gen Camaro in the garage over there, but today we are taking delivery of a 3rd gen Camaro, which is going to be kind of like a donor car for this one. Now, the 88 has been completely restored, but it does have a 6-cylinder in it. So my dad and I did find a V8, which has a 305 with the trans. It was in a little bit of an accident, so it's going to have a little bit of front end damage, but the motor and the trans, everything is good that we can do a full out swap into the 1988. So now we're just sitting here waiting for the tow truck to come to deliver the 92 Camaro. 88's gonna finally have a 305 in it. Let's get a closer look once I get in the driveway. Like I said, she's just a donor car. I'm not really worried about the appearance. Like I said, it has a little bit of front end damage, as you can see over here. All the goodies inside that we need are perfectly good and ready to roll. So when it arrived, we couldn't start it, so it actually took a couple weeks. Ended up getting a new battery, but we did end up getting it started. Now keep in mind, this whole time I have it in my head like, it's just a donor car, just a donor car. It's smashed, you don't need it. We need this 305 and we need the 700 R4. So let's check out the first startup. Yeah, buddy! We then proceeded to do a couple burnouts and just have a little bit of fun while it was wrecked. Do it again, you won't. No balls. No balls. Then for some reason it clicked in my head, I'm gonna make it into a drag car. So I also got like this crazy idea, hey, let's turn it into like a Dale Earnhardt themed Camaro, which obviously Camaros were never really part of like top tier NASCAR. Obviously you had the IROC series, but it wouldn't have been painted like Dale Earnhardt. So I don't know, I had the bright idea because Cletus had just bought a Dale Earnhardt truck a couple years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna do it to the Camaro. Well, I ended up just, for lack of better terms, getting it back together. I'm also going to speed up this freaking video because it was like 5 minutes, so I'm putting it in like hyper speed. So listening to my voice is going to be absolutely hilarious, but I'm sure you guys get the point. I mean, honestly, I think it's better than throwing music in over top of this and just having you guys listen to music. So yeah, we're going to leave it at that.
Now obviously this bumper is completely shot, so we have one over here. Now a lot of you guys are going to be saying, like, oh, this one looks like crap, it's cracked and everything like that. I don't care, because it's solely going to be a drag car, but I really have everything I need. I'm thinking, heavy thinking. The only thing that I might need yet is the actual bumper itself on the inside. I think that's pretty shot, but we can figure out what we're going to do with that. But like I said, we do have the fender, bumper, new headlight assembly, all sitting over here, and the hood. So for Mr. Crowder's boys. So to give it perspective of how bad this was, it just looks literally flat all over the place. Perfect. Almost there. So a little bit of a status update, if you will. We got the brackets from the wrecked hood onto the 88's old hood. Just don't have it bolted in because I'm still out of breath walking up the hill. We have all this figured out now that we can get our new fender on and fix a little bit of damage that is here. I truly don't think that that's too bad. I think we can heat it up and bend it back out. But we're going to drive it down the road with no hood, no fender, no lights, no bumper, nothing. Can't believe I'm doing this, but now I'll go ahead and start up the 92 Camaro. Any day would be pretty nice. What fucking key is it? It's the square one that I handed you, you dipshit. You know what? You didn't hand me the square one. Yes, I did. Get back and get started. Well, we have the fender on at least. Alright, so the lights work. So I'm going to have to get bolts. Go into here, get this locked in. We'll be good with that. Fitment's not going to be perfect yet until the headlight assembly is bolted in and the bumper's on. But we goofed on that one. Alright. Plus I tweaked out the fitment of the fender over here. It was a little bit out. Fix that. That was the initial color that we were going to go with. Alright, so now you guys can see there is a little bit of overspray. Like I said, that is okay. It's going to get covered up. But the bottom ground effects are going to be gray for this project. Now, we're going to let that dry a little bit, probably add on another 2 coats or so, and then we will actually do the physical bumper. Alright, so for right now, we have the ground effects pretty much done. So the next part is going to be the actual top part of the bumper here. I think I'm only going to do from here up today, just because I'm going to take this off. So once this dries and it's completely good, I'm going to take it off and then continue going down how I showed. That'll probably be in part of the next video. So we'll kind of go along the lines of doing that. And then there's also going to be like a little strip that goes along the bottom. In between this color and that color, there's going to be a little bit of a strip. So that's why I'm saying I'm not worried about the overspray because it's going to get covered up regardless. Plus, with the way that this paint scheme is going to be, there's actually going to be a lot of decals. So the decals are going to cover up a lot of imperfections, especially with being spray bound. So I'm not too concerned, all in all, about how the appearance of the paint looks, because like I said, a lot of it's going to get covered up with certain decals. So with that being said, let's get the top part of the bumper at least started so you guys get an idea of what the color is going to be. And who knows, maybe you guys can guess what it will be based off of that. But as we continue going through, I think, like I said, it will become more and more obvious as to what I will be doing with the car. Okay, so don't mind it, it is drying right now, but we are going to do a black on gray theme. So for those of you guys that wanted a flat black car, you're getting the flat black here. And basically the whole top half, well, the majority of the car is going to be black except for the ground effects. So for this year, it is going to actually be a flat black.
Got the car completely back together. Obviously, even to this day, it still has the 305 and 700 R4 in it. Obviously, my dad's been friggin' procrastinating on getting this shit the hell out. And I really didn't like the Del Mero thing. I just being completely honest. Honestly, I spent a lot of the time during that time just... And yeah, it just came to my head and I was like, okay, let's freaking do it. Well then, like, sober Matt got it all together and I looked at it and I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. Then I ended up just being like, okay, I love third gens. Why not tear it completely the hell apart? Sand it all down, see how bad everything is underneath, because I mean, let's face it, ground effects and panels can hide a lot of things. So as you can see in its current state, I dicked around, put maroon to match the color of my Duramax on there, just to kind of see, then sanded it down. Got this all apart. There's literally no front end on it again after having it all together. The hood's re-sanded down. Interior is pretty much gutted. And rightfully so. Because despite what everybody might want me to do, I have too many projects. Too many things going on. I want to finish them one by one, hands down. And truthfully, this thing has a lot of rust. And when I say rust, I mean like it's rotting. Like I would literally be better off buying another rolling chassis than to keep this car. Like I'm not saying that I'm not going to have third gen content on the channel. I have the 88. The 88 will be coming out in the spring. There will still be third gen content and this motor is still going to end up in there. Pretty much told my dad, like, hey, I made my decision. I'm scrapping this. Grab the 305, grab the 700 R4, get it out so I can get this car out of my driveway, or my garage, I should say. So I have room for all the little toys that we have. This motorcycle, the NASCAR, the Warrior, eventually getting a motorcycle. I need to clear up the space. I need to make the room. And, as much as I love third gens, man, I don't need two. I just really don't need two of them. And if you guys want to go back and check out like the latest 92 Camaro updates from a couple months ago, you'll see what I mean by like how rotted this car actually is. Like and I'm really happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm really happy that after doing all the Del Mero stuff to the car, I decided, you know what, I gotta do what's right. I gotta tear it apart. I gotta look at it. I gotta see exactly what all this needs, because I didn't want to throw like a 5.3 Vortec in this, take it down a drag strip, and then have some type of massive failure, stuff rotten out, stuff not knowing completely what is going on. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna tear it completely apart, and I'm really glad that I did, because it's not worth wasting my time. As much as I know there's going to be some third gen owners that are going to comment on this video and be like, oh, that's easily fixable, yada, yada, yada. To the right person, yes, absolutely. I'm not the right person. Not when I have a completely restored 3rd gen Camaro up at my parents' garage, because I don't have room down here to keep it in mine. I'd rather put this motor in that, focus solely on that, focus on getting the Jeep, the Duramax, everything back, and then eventually replacing this car's position with something else, something that can be fun and enjoyable. I've tossed up the idea, and I'm like dead serious on like looking at either a 5th gen or a 6th gen or even a 4th gen Camaro to do a build on, something that's not rotted, something that's different than what I already have. I already have an 88, so yeah, it was cool to have 2 of the same thing, but why not get different body styles and different motor setups and just build off of that and find something a little less beat up? I know some of you are probably going to not agree with this decision, but I think it's best for me. I think it's best for growth of the channel to not have a project like this that, I mean, let's face it, I can't take on in this, garage. I can't take it on in this garage, nor do I really have the motivation to do it. I'd much rather have the motor swap done and in the other car, hands down. The interior pieces from this car are already in the other car. I just didn't show you guys that. You know, all the pieces are already in the other car. So that car is like pretty much complete as all it needs, and really doesn't even necessarily need it because the 6-cylinder runs, but putting this V8 in there, that is the biggest thing that I want to do. And by no means is that 3rd gen going to be something that is an animal and whatever the case may be. I just wanted to have a V8 and be like a casual Sunday driver, take it to car shows because it was completely restored, and just have a good time, and then eventually build off of a separate platform other than a 3rd gen. So if this was your first time watching a video on the freaking channel, I hopefully think that, you know, something along the lines of maybe you won't be upset because it can bring cool things onto the channel, and just focusing on, well, still going to be doing multiple projects at a time because the NASCAR really doesn't take away from the Duramax or the Jeep, because these are small projects. Small projects. They're not like, hey, let's completely restore a 3rd gen Camaro. This is something that legitimately is going to be done. I think my last decals are coming in on the 17th. This car will be completely done on the 17th of this month. Then that little thing, we'll just get to working on it. We'll get it running, get it fixed, and then guess what? Now we got 2 additional toys to dick around with. Did get an impact gun to get the clutch changed out on the Warrior. Now we got 3 of those projects that have been in videos done in a short period of time. And I'd rather focus my time on doing something like that than try to focus on 3rd gen content, because I know you guys really enjoy the 3rd gen content, but I'd rather do 3rd gen content with the 88 instead of this. So if this was your first time, hope you guys smash that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next one.